I weighed 168 pounds in 2012 when I got pregnant with my son. I gained 19 pounds during my pregnancy, which took me to 187 pounds. Fast forward to 22 months later, I breastfed my son for 22 months, and during this time frame, my weight was anywhere from 144 pounds to 148 pounds. So I was 20 pounds lighter than my pre-pregnancy weight. Luckily, I didn't struggle with being overweight post-pregnancy, but I still wasn't happy because not only had I dropped the weight and then some, but my curves were gone, my butt looked completely wrong, and my entire body it felt unfamiliar. So when I stopped breastfeeding my son last year, June, I was happy to gain some weight. But I realized that the weight started going to my tummy area, and then my butt looked different, but not a good different. And before I knew it, it was covered with cellulite. So I knew I had to do something. So here I am chasing my pre-pregnancy body and then some. So I signed up for the 30-day transformation team. And I'll tell you this. Signing up for the program has been the easiest part of this journey for me, because once you sign up and once you get your plan, you'll realize how much is required of you. You'll realize why you have been going to the gym for months and you've not seen any results, and you will realize why you've been eating clean but you're still not getting any results. Like this, my meal plan shed some light on a lot of things that I was doing wrong where food was concerned. And of course, the workout plan, it made me know how much is required to see the changes that I desired. So the plan is divided into two phases, phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 lasts for 6 days. So for this intense plan, these 6 days are crucial, because these 6 days will make you or break you. For me, during those 6 days, I thought about quitting, but I was so motivated that I knew I couldn't quit. I wanted to get on the other side of those 6 days. I wanted to have my own 6 day, day 1 and day 6 progress pictures like what I was seeing on Instagram. So I went in with that mindset that no matter what, I'm sticking to it. But that first day really brought me down. I remember when I got on the treadmill the first morning, I'm like, okay, I'm doing this. Halfway in, I was like, I cannot do this. I got off the treadmill and I texted my other half and I'm like, babe, it's impossible. These people are crazy. I cannot do this. So he's like, I know it's hard, babe, but remember, I told you, if you sign up, if you succeed, if you stick to this, I'll pay you back your money. So I kept going. So as I said, you have to find your motivation. For me, getting my money back was my motivation. However, at the end of 6 days, I realized that, okay, I had already dropped 8 pounds and 2 inches off my waist. So I wanted to keep going because I wanted to see what the next week would look like and what the following week would look like. And I wanted to get to day 30. So I kept pushing, and day 30 became day 60. Day 60 became day 90. And now I don't even count the days anymore. I'm actually at week 17 now, so you do the math. The last 5 months rather, have taught me so much. While this program shapes you physically, it builds you mentally. Everything starts here. I get up in the mornings and I know, okay, I have so much to do. So instead of getting anxious and overwhelmed by thinking about everything that I have to accomplish, I just try to find my center and get my mind right so I can get going. The first thing I do in the mornings, I go on Instagram and I look at all my 30-day transformation team members and see what they're posting. And that's usually enough to get me going, because I'll tell you, the Instagram community is very supportive. Like, that makes the program so much more doable, because it's like you have this community of people who have the same goals, who are going through the same thing, who have the same plan that you would have thought was impossible. Like, how do people do this with kids? How do people do this with work? And you get up and you see others getting it done, so you know that I too can do this. So I love my 30-day transformation team members, especially the ones who have pages on Instagram, because they give me an extra go. I have also learned, which is very important, that the minute that you put your excuses aside, that's when you'll find your greatness. And in order to commit fully to this plan, which you will need to do to get your best results, you have to put excuses to the side. Does it mean that you'll have to shelf your social life to do that? If that's what it means, then you'll have to. For me, I had to shelf my social life for the first 30 days until, I got a hang of stuff. I got a hang of not wanting to eat bad foods. I got a hang of making the gym a priority. So I shelved my social life until I won't say master, but until I got a handle of that. Also, I could have used my son as an excuse. I thought of using my son as an excuse. Oh, I can't go to the gym because I have a toddler. What am I going to do with him? But I decided that I want this and I'm going to do this. So how are we going to do this? I took my son to the gym with me. And we have been doing that for the last 5 months. So instead of sitting around with an excuse, not 100% loving my appearance, I decided to look at my circumstances and say, this is my obstacle. How do I get over this? I created a solution for that. Upon signing up for the program, there's a choice between a 30-day plan and a 90-day plan. I decided to go with the 90-day plan. Why? Well, for me, I didn't just want a quick fix. I didn't want to be a part of a 30-day challenge that on the 30th day I just go crazy with food and say, okay, I've done this, I'm over this. No, I didn't want that. I decided to make a lifestyle change. So in order to make that lifestyle change, I knew I needed more guidance than what I would have gotten in 30 days. I wanted to go as far as I could under the guidance of Kathy and Luther. So I chose the 90-day plan. And it's the best decision I made, because on day 30, I loved my body. I loved my changes. But then on day 60, they got better. And on day 90, they got even better. And then today, they're much, much better. So I'm glad I didn't shortchange myself. And now, 17 weeks later, I may not be cured from my cravings for junk food, but I know how to say no. I may not get up every day happy to go to the gym, but then after doing it for 17 weeks, it has now become a part of me. It's a reconditioning of your mind, where every day you get up and you decide that I'm making this sacrifice today. I'm choosing the gym today. I'm choosing my meal prepped food that's in the fridge, as opposed to running out and getting some junk food. This is a choice, and this is what I'm choosing. Like, I've always loved my body, no matter what size I'm at, no matter if I'm 170 pounds, no matter if I'm 144 pounds. At the end of the day, I've loved my body. But I've always known that my body has bomb potential, like that I have not yet tapped into, that I have not yet seen. And I want to see where my hard work can take me. My biggest goal right now is to have a day 1 photo next to a week 52 photo. And that would be my 1 year mark, because change takes time. I have time. So I'm choosing to spend that time wisely to get me to where I need to be physically, to accomplish my fitness goals, to help to mold me into a more dedicated person, a person who is more consistent with whatever it is that I set out to do, and to just see where this passion that I've developed for fitness can take me. If you are ready to start your journey, if you're ready to get your body to a point that you have never imagined, the 30-day transformation team is the right place to be.